Cowboys Nation, listen very carefully for just a few seconds before we jump into today's massive Dallas Cowboys rumors, because I see the numbers every single day and most of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you love daily updates about the Dallas Cowboys, player injuries, trade rumors, free agency targets, and draft news, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a breaking update. Trust me, this offseason is going to be crazy. Now let's get into it. Today we discuss the biggest linebacker rumors surrounding the Dallas Cowboys, including top free agency targets, possible trade moves, 2026 NFL draft options, and one very interesting name that keeps coming up in conversations, Nakobe Dean. Alright, Cowboys Nation, the biggest question right now is simple. Are the Dallas Cowboys really set at linebacker, or is this a position that could completely change before next season? We all know that linebacker is the heart of the defense. It is the position that controls the middle of the field, stops the run, and covers tight ends. And if you do not have strong linebackers in today's NFL, you are going to struggle. The Cowboys defense has always been built around speed and aggression, but with injuries, contracts, and possible roster changes coming, this front office might be forced to make a big move. Let's start with the name that has Cowboys fans talking, Nakobe Dean. Now, imagine this for a second. Nakobe Dean in a Dallas Cowboys uniform, playing behind the defensive line, flying sideline to sideline, bringing energy and leadership. For those who may not know, Nakobe Dean is currently with the Philadelphia Eagles, and yes, that is a division rival. That alone makes this rumor spicy, but in the NFL, business is business. If the Eagles decide to move on, or if he becomes available through trade talks, the Cowboys could at least explore the possibility. Dean is known for his football IQ, leadership from his college days at Georgia, and his ability to read plays quickly. He is not the biggest linebacker, but he plays with heart and speed, and in a defense that already has stars like Micah Parsons rushing the passer, adding a smart inside linebacker next to him could make this defense even more dangerous. Now imagine Micah Parsons doing what he does best, attacking quarterbacks, while a player like Nakobe Dean controls the middle, communicates adjustments, and keeps the defense organized. That could take pressure off everyone else. The Cowboys have sometimes struggled when injuries hit the linebacker room. We have seen seasons where depth became a serious problem, so even if Nakobe Dean is not the final answer, the Cowboys absolutely need to look at improving this position either through free agency trades or the draft. Speaking of free agency, there are some interesting names that could be available. Free agency is always tricky because you do not want to overpay, especially with big contracts already on the books, but sometimes one smart signing can change everything. The Cowboys front office has been careful in free agency over the past few years, but if they feel like they are one piece away from a deep playoff run, they might be more aggressive this time. A veteran linebacker with experience could provide leadership and stability, someone who has playoff experience, who understands how to handle pressure, and who can mentor younger players. That type of move might not be flashy, but it could be extremely important. Now let's talk trades. Trades are always exciting because they come out of nowhere. One day everything is quiet, and the next day breaking news. The Cowboys have made bold trades before. If the front office identifies a linebacker on another roster who is unhappy, underused, or stuck in a contract situation, they could make a move. The key question is cost. Are you willing to give up a second-round pick, a third-round pick, maybe a player plus a draft pick? These are the decisions that define a season. If the Cowboys believe they are in win now mode, do not be surprised if they make a serious call to another team. Now let's move forward to the 2026 NFL draft. This is where things get very interesting. The draft is where teams build long-term success. The Cowboys have done a solid job drafting defensive talent in recent years, but linebacker might become a priority in 2026 depending on how this season plays out. College football is full of fast, athletic linebackers right now. The modern linebacker needs to do everything: stop the run, cover running backs, defend tight ends, and sometimes even rush the passer. If the Cowboys find a prospect who fits their defensive scheme perfectly, they could invest an early round pick in that player. Think about this scenario. The Cowboys go through free agency without making a big splash at linebacker. They wait patiently, then draft day comes with their first or second round pick. They select a linebacker who has elite speed, strong tackling ability, and leadership qualities. That player could step in immediately and compete for a starting job. That is how you build a defense that lasts for years, but drafting also carries risk. Not every college star becomes an NFL star. Development takes time, and Cowboys fans are not known for being patient. Now I want to talk about the bigger picture. Why is linebacker such a hot topic right now? Because in today's NFL, offenses are getting faster, teams are spreading the field, tight ends are becoming more athletic, running backs are catching more passes. If your linebackers cannot move quickly and cover space, you will get exposed. The Cowboys defense has shown flashes of dominance, especially with Micah Parsons leading the charge, but when injuries happen or when depth is tested, we have seen weaknesses. That is why this offseason is so important. Another thing to consider is leadership. Linebackers are often the quarterbacks of the defense. They call plays, adjust formations, and keep everyone lined up correctly. If the Cowboys feel they need a stronger voice in the middle of the field that could push them toward a veteran free agent or a player like Nakobe Dean, who has shown leadership in the past. Leadership is something you cannot measure with statistics, but it changes games. Let me ask you something, Cowboys Nation. If you had to choose right now, what would you prefer? A big-name free agent signing a bold trade for a player like Nakobe Dean, or drafting a young linebacker in 2026 and developing him into the future star of this defense? Comment below and let me know, because I read your comments every single day. Now let's also be realistic. Not every rumor becomes reality. Sometimes front offices leak information, sometimes agents spread rumors to increase value, and sometimes fans just connect dots that are not really there. But where there is smoke, there is sometimes fire, and the fact that linebacker keeps coming up in conversations tells us something. The Cowboys are evaluating everything financially. The Cowboys have to be smart. Big contracts at quarterback, wide receiver, and pass rusher already take up a large portion of the salary cap. That means any linebacker addition must make sense financially. A trade would require draft capital. A free agent signing would require cap space. A draft pick would require patience. Each path has advantages and risks. Imagine the defense next season if the Cowboys make the right move. Micah Parsons continues dominating the defensive line, creates pressure, and behind them a solid linebacker unit closes gaps, makes tackles, and shuts down the middle of the field. That is how you win playoff games. Defense wins championships, and history has proven that again and again. And here is something important: the NFC is not getting easier. Division rivals are improving. The Philadelphia Eagles are always competitive. The Washington Commanders are building. The New York Giants are trying to rebuild. If the Cowboys want to stay on top or take the next step, they cannot ignore weaknesses. Linebacker might be the key to unlocking the next level of this defense as we look toward free agency, trade season, and the 2026 NFL Draft. Keep your eyes on insider reports, contract situations, and depth chart changes. One injury in training camp can completely change priorities. One surprise cut from another team can create opportunity. The NFL moves fast, and the Cowboys must be ready. Cowboys Nation, this is going to be one of the most important offseasons in recent years. Every move matters, every rumor matters, and every decision could shape the future of this team. Nakobe Dean is just one name, but he represents a bigger question. Are the Cowboys satisfied at linebacker, or are they preparing to make a move? Before we end this video, I want to hear from you. Do you think Nakobe Dean would be a good fit in Dallas? Should the Cowboys go all in with a trade, or should they build through the 2026 draft? Drop your opinion in the comments right now, and if you made it this far and you are still not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We are posting daily Dallas Cowboys news, rumors, and injury updates. Do not miss out on the next breaking story. This is Alex, and I will see you in the next one. Stay locked and stay informed, and as always, let's go Cowboys.